بايش بدي طفي بدي اجيب
What do I do? Use a bucket of water? A blanket?
اجيب بطانية احطها
I
عليه
tried using my hands like this to put out the flames. I couldn't. Amar's son's body was a ball of fire. Sultan was playing on his bike when a rocket blew up fuel canisters nearby.
بطني بطني تقول هيك تقول كله طلع منه اللحم بطني وظهري.
An ambulance brought Sultan to Turkey. He and his mother have been there ever since. This is the last photo of Sultan before the airstrike. No, you are not ugly. You are beautiful, Amar constantly tells him. Sultan has an utterly disarming smile, with eyes that fluctuate between sparkling like a 10-year-old should, but at times darken as his past sets in.
نار.
لحتى عينيه شايلين نار.
He has these nightmares where he's on fire. His whole body's on fire. Even his eyes are on fire. And he wakes up screaming for his mother to put out the flames.
Sultan is as old as Syria's war itself, a life that carries the emotional and physical scars of a nation. When he was 5, his baby brother was killed in a bombing.
دبي ما شالوا البلور من فوق طلعوا يعني كان مذبوح من رقبته.
When Sultan was 6, his father died in a strike on the market.
أنا والله العظيم أطفال قدام عيني عم بتموت ما قدرت أنقذ ولا واحد أنا ابني ما قدرت.
This is where Sultan was born into unimaginable violence, where he lost so much. A gray, dusty town of smothered childhood laughter, stolen by war.
كنت هون قام انفجر.
Rinad's family did not know that mines were daisy-chained along the wall of their home. Her grandfather shows us where the first one went off.
She was swinging off the door with her siblings, and then all of a sudden there was just an explosion from a mine right there.
She lost her left leg under the knee.
She has a prosthetic now.
She says her father disappeared a decade ago at the start of Syria's war.
وقت الأغدو
She tells us he was blindfolded and she was thrown to the ground in a forest.
في جماعات عببكي قام هذا سمعوني.
It's the longest sentence she speaks. Mostly she gives one-word answers or falls silent. Her grandfather says he feels like she's just gone blank. She doesn't dream of a life without war because she can't even imagine it. It's been over a year since we were last here, covering Russia and the Syrian regime's most intense assault on what remained of rebel-held territory. There's been a ceasefire in place since then that has been, relatively speaking, holding. COVID-19 peaked here late last year. Now ICU beds are mostly empty.
It's all sandbagged underneath here just in case there's more bombing that resumes.
This is a pediatric hospital, one of the few that remains intact. Saeed is 2.5 months old and severely underweight.
They've seen a 3-fold increase in malnutrition cases in this clinic alone for a number of reasons.
Years of bombings and displacement leading to greater poverty, and then further fueled by COVID-19 border closures and humanitarian aid slowing down. We pass ramshackle camps. With each bombardment, more of them blotted the countryside. A decade, for so many, a lifetime of compounded trauma. The past permeates everything. For most, there's not a month, a week that goes by that isn't the anniversary of the death of someone they loved. Perhaps all that is left to save are the shreds of innocence of a scarred generation. Arwa Damon, CNN, Idlib, Syria.